up, guys? Proper Truth here. Now you guys have no idea how good it feels to even be back on the camera to give you guys a deck profile. Not any deck profile, my personal favorite, the deck that helped bring the channel up, Cyberse. That's the deck profile you guys are gonna get. You know, Cyberse are coming up slowly. You got Salamangreat in like the next 2 weeks, gonna dominate the format soon. I'm looking forward for that. You know, and they're slowly rising to their true potential. And I said it in the past, Cyberse gonna be slowly creeping up on this format, on formats, and that's what they're doing right now. And I'm actually hoping that not only Salamangreat but just Cyberse in general could dominate the format. And what way to come back and show you guys a deck profile unless it's my personal favorite. So enough said, let's get straight to the deck profile, guys. But before we do, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, show some love by hitting that subscribe button and that notification button as well. You guys ready? Let's go. Alright guys, so I'm breeze right through this for you guys so you guys I don't take too long on this video. First up, playing the one Cyberse Magician. I say you should still play one. The fact of the matter is that now that Quantum is out, it can help, and you get Quantum and him out, it's pretty much a protection. As long as you have him, a Link, and Quantum, nothing could be targeted on board. No monster could be targeted on board, and they must attack him or Quantum, but it becomes like a Marauder and Captain lock. So it's like they can't even attempt it. So that's the cool thing about it. That's why I said I still, it was between him and Cyberse Clock Dragon. But I felt like this would be easier to summon than Cyberse Clock Dragon due to the fact that Cyberse Clock Dragon you need to have Clock Wyvern on, either in your hand or on board. So sometimes that could be a situational thing. However, with him, you can dump cards out of your hand or put cards on dump monsters out of your hand or monsters from the field to the grave that you possibly can bring back. And I'll show an example of what I mean by that in a little while. So anyway, one Cyberse Magician. Next up, oh, this card is about to be like $15 to $20 one day. It's already going up in price. Lady Debug. This is your Stratos for level 3 or lower Cyberse monsters. You have to. Yeah, it's once per turn, but it don't matter. You still have to. Next up, yes, Seraphinite. Your 3 Balancer Lords. I was playing 2 back then, and I was like, nah, you gotta play this guy at 3. Even though you're giving up life, and that was the real reason why I dropped him to 2, is because it was like, damn, you know, you're giving up life, and that Soul Charge was also deducting life. So I was like, you know what, put him back to 3. Soul Charge is banned now, so you don't need to worry about life. So it's just perfect. Like, you know, you get an additional summon for Cyberse, and then when he gets banished, you special summon the level 4 lower monster at your hand. So there's plenty of ways in here that you can banish him. Next up, 2 Widget Kid. Was playing 3, dropped him to 2. He's good, but not as good as like Balancer Lord, because Balancer Lord has more effects. This is just your free special summon to any Cyberse monster out of your hand. Doesn't have a level restriction, but it is once per turn. That's it. You can actually play 1. You can play 1 to 2. I'm testing 2, but I'll be honest, I thought about dropping him to 1. He's good, but not what you call it, like necessity. You know, he's just there for that free special summon. And the good thing is that the monster that gets special summon is effect is not negated. So next up, 2 Clock Wyverns. Still play the Clock Wyvern even if you're not playing the Cyberse Clock Dragon, because Wyvern gives you that token. This is like an instant link Disciples and link to Cody right off the bat, and then you can go from there searching your Cyberse Magician and sign that ritual. So this is just that one card that gets you 2 cards out the deck, believe it or not. But yes, you got. I think 2 is fine. Same thing. You could play 1 to 2. I seen people play 3. You can, but I like the ratio of 2. Never tried 1, but I will be trying it just to see how it works. Then next up, the 2 backup secretaries. This is your free special summon if you control a Cyberse. I still say you should play 2. There are some builds that are playing 3. I used to play 3, but since the more Cyberse support we get, the more you gotta make room for them. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. I think 2 is the good ratio for backup secretary. Next up, 2 Cyberse Gadget. This is your junk sync run out of the deck. You know, brings back a level, when he's normal summon, brings back a level 2 or lower monster right out of your graveyard. And then when he leaves the board, he gives you a token. So he replaces when he leaves. He replaces himself. So, which is awesome. Can't complain. You know, there are level 2s and 1s that's in the deck that can help you extend. On top of that, he also extends with Balancer Lord, you know, when you have an additional normal summon. Next up, 2 Cyberse converters. This is one of the new guys that came out in Savage Strike. Cyberse converter is pretty cool. The cool thing about it is a free special summon. However, all your monsters on board needs to be a Cyberse. You can't have 3 Cybers and then like 1 dragon. All monsters that you control have to be Cyberse monsters. And then when he's like once per turn, when he's like, if you normal summon him, once per turn you could just target a monster on board and it becomes a Cyberse. So, you know, I don't understand the concept to that. It can be in a way when you're trying to access the extra deck, but most of the time your extra deck is going to be Cyberse. So you can play 1. I actually got stuck with 2 in my hand, so I was like, maybe I should drop them to 1, but then I was like, you know what, normal summon and just special summon right after that because he's a Cyberse. So you get what I'm saying? So you can play 1. You know, I suggest playing 1 or 2, no more than that. Next up, one of my new favorites, Cyberse Synchron. I love Synchrons. This guy is awesome. Like, he's not a hard once per turn, changing the levels, you know, which is cool. He targets a level 4 or lower monster that you control, and you can actually increase his level by its original level. So like, for an example, you can make this into a 4. You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, he's like a Return of the Dragon Lords. If a monster in your extra deck zone was to get destroyed, you can actually banish this card instead. So he's a protection for your extra monster zone. Can't complain. Boom. Next up, 1 Dot Scraper. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you all the 1-ofs. 1 Dot Scraper. 1 Catch Eve level 2. It's one of the new girls that came out. One of the new Cybers. Lincoln for a flyer, and then C Archiver. Ram Clouder. I actually put Ram Clouder back, and I'll explain to you guys in a minute on that. Cyberse White Hat. I put him in here as well for another reason. I'll explain that. Then 1 Degrade Buster, and then last monster is Destrudo. Now I'll breeze through this real quick. You guys pretty much know why Dot Scraper is in here, and C Archiver and Link Flyer is in here. So basically, Catch Eve just special summons itself by reducing. If you control a level 3 or higher monster, you can reduce his level by 2 and you get a free special summon. You only need to play 1. I really don't think you need to play any more than that. But yeah, that's pretty much why you would play her. Now, the reason why I put Cyberse White Hat in here again is because of the fact that if you control 2 of the same type, it's a free special summon. It's a level 6, so that means like you can synchro right into Quantum from there. It's something I'm testing. And another cool thing is that when he's linked away, you could drop a monster your opponent controls by 1,000. So that can also be beneficial. But I just wanted to test this simply just because of the Quantum and all that other stuff. But I might take him out depending. I'm really testing other things first. And then Destrudo because it's well, the Great Buster because it's a 7. You can banish Balancer Lord, triggers effect. Dot Scraper triggers effect. Destrudo because you are playing the what's his name, Cyberse Magician, so you can dump him in the graveyard instantly right there and then bring him back out of the grave, which is pretty cool. And then Ram Clouder is because of a combo that I did that I really enjoyed. It had to do with Signet Ritual. It's basically like for an example, I'll Foolish Burial like Balancer Lord, or even Foolish Burial Degrade Buster. I mean not Degrade Buster, Lady Debug, and then you'll go Signet Ritual. Like you can like dump this and something else in the grave, and then you do your whole play with the Link Devotee and Link Disciples, and then you're gonna link away into like Cyberse Witch. And then it's funny because once you go into, I'll show you real quick, guys. Once you go into the Cyberse Witch play, she brings back a level 4 or lower from the grave, so then you can bring this back. And if you have the other tokenable, you can tribute the token, bring back the Lady Debugger, or bring back the Balancer Lord, and then Lady Debugger will search, and then Balancer Lord you can pay 1,000 and get an additional summon. So stupid things like that I did. I was like, wow, not for nothing, I'm just gonna keep Ram Clouder in here just to keep testing, and I enjoy it. It really works. So you're bringing back stuff that you could put into the grave that you can't complain about. So that's the monster lineup, guys. Off to the spells. It's gonna be 2 Signet Backdoors. This card will be getting replaced by the next set when we get Neo Darkstorm, because this is pretty much your Rhoda. And when we get Signet Mining, that's a Rhoda for just pinching. You're just going to be pitching, like you're going to pitch a card at your hand, and you search out a level 4 lower Cyberse monster. So you can't complain. The only good thing, I might just put this to 1, because the good thing about it is that you'll get a search out of it, and then the monster that comes back gets to attack directly. So that's pretty dope. But other than that, I'm gonna be down in this either 1 or none when we get Signet Mining. Next up, 2 World Legacy Secessions, really good card. Some Monster Reborn, just bring back a monster out of the graveyard, and to a monster, Link Monster's arrows. It was a free Monster Reborn, can't complain. The cool thing about it is that I brought back Quantum out of this, you know, so, and then actually synchroed Quantum. You'll see. I synchro Quantum into Savage Dragon. It was a fun experience. And then Living Fossil, again, another Monster Reborn for level 4 lowers out of your graveyard. Effects are negated, and then if this leaves the board, the monster leaves it, and the monster loses 1,000 attack. But that doesn't matter, because you're gonna end up linking it away, or even synchroing away, or whatever away. It's just the Monster Reborn. You want to bring back the monster so you can keep overextending. And then it's funny, Ghost Arc got hit to 1. Still play it though. I don't care what anybody says. You still play it. You still got that one chance. That's like somebody saying you don't play reinforcements in the army in the warrior deck. Still play this. You know, you play it because you still got your dodge grip. You still got your Balancer Lord. Worst comes to worst, if you need something within the next 2 turns, you know, whatever, you can get it. But you still, this triggers the Balancer Lord, especially summon something out of your hand. The dodge scraper gets triggered. You still gotta play 1. I personally think so. And then I guess I'll just breeze through this. The Monster Reborn, the Upstart, Foolish, 1 for 1, 2 one-time passcodes, and a Signet Ritual. Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn. Upstart makes it into a 39 card deck. Foolish, because you could pretty much Foolish anything, like what I was just explaining with the Ram Clouder. 1 for 1. The funny thing about it is that I don't have a lot of targets for 1 for 1. All I have is the Cyberse Synchron and the Dot Scraper. However, it does become clutch, because, you know, if I don't see those 2 cards and I need to bring them out, it comes out. But I'll be honest with you, it's a hit or miss. I'm about to take it out and replace it with something. I was playing the 1 for 1 before, just because I was playing the normal monsters, I was playing Protron and all that. So I played it a little bit different. Now I'm changing it up to see how it works. And then so it's like a personal preference. You don't need to play it. Replace it with something else if you guys want to. Maybe a board wipe. And then 2 one-time passcodes, free special summons, consider a Cyberse, and it's a 2,000 body. That's a level 4. You're gonna most likely link it away. And a Signet Ritual, because of the 1 Cyberse Magician that you're playing. So that's what you guys. That's the 40 card deck of the main deck right there. 39 because of Upstart. Let's go straight into the extra deck. Yeah, your tokens. Play your tokens. For the Synchro lineup, I'm playing 1 Cyberse Quantum Dragon and 1 Borlo Savage Dragon. This guy is nasty. I don't even know. This guy is ridiculous, even in here. You know, it's funny, like I said, you Signet. I've actually linked away the Quantum. Signet, World Legacy Secession, brought him back. And then, whatchamacallit? What's that freaking spell card? Just Living Fossil, bring back the Cyber Synchron, and then synchro away into this, and then you go and bring out, you got free negation, all that good stuff. So yeah, and then Quantum is just amazing. When you have Quantum and Magician on board, it's annoying. It's a really annoying combo. So next up, you're gonna go into your Link 3s, which is you're gonna go into Decode Talker, Excode Talker, and Transcode Talker. I still play Decode Talker because of the fact that it is a negation. It is the Link 3. It's a really good card in this deck, at least I believe. A lot of people don't think he's a good card in general. It's a free negation on any targeting by getting rid of something in its pointer. On top of that, it can get high in attack. Excode Talker, because when you have these 2 knuckleheads on board, people laugh at you because you can't target none of them. They both get big in attack, and they protect each other. Like, basically, he protects the Excode from even getting board wiped. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Those are the Link 3s. Next up, there's Link 2s. Honeybot. Phoenix, Cyberse, Underclock Taker, Cyberse Witch, Cyberse Wicked, and Update Jammer. Now Honeybot, because of the loop that I was telling you guys about, that everybody knows about, there's the Quantum and the Cyberse Magician. You have them both on Honeybot's side, hard to get through. Nightmare Phoenix and Cyberse is because of the fact that they're nightmares. Anything cold can be destroyed by battle by card effects, and you get to pop something for free, either in the main monster zone or back row. Underclock Taker, because it's funny when you have something pointing at it and you drop somebody else's attack, and then you're able to punch over it. There's no complaining after that. And on top of that, he's a arrow down as a generic link too. Cyberse Witch, because we're playing the package of the Cyberse Magician. Cyberse Wicked is actually really cool. I'm mad this card even came a common. It should have at least been a rare, just like Cyberse Witch. But I was hoping super. Oh my goodness, you guys hear that wind? It's getting crazy. It's gonna be like 5 degrees tomorrow in New York City. Anyway, you banish a monster at your graveyard and you search for a tuner, Cyberse tuner out of your deck. So the cool thing is that, you know, obviously you're gonna, if you have Banlist Lord in the grave, you're gonna banish a Banlist Lord, search the Cyberse Synchron, and then affect the Banlist Lord triggers, you special summon the Cyberse Synchron. It's awesome. And then anything she's pointing to cannot be destroyed by card effects. Like alone, she cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects if she's link summoned. And then anything that points to it cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. So if you have Quantum underneath her and then like Cyberse Magician right underneath her over here as well, it's pretty much a lock. It's so annoying. It's pretty dope though. So if you guys can pull that off, by all means, go for it, because it's gonna be the only way they're gonna really get through you is either by evenly match or Kaiju. And then Update Jammer, because there is the OTK with Update Jammer with Xcode and Transcode. You get the if you're able to push for the OTK, I say go for it, because Cyberse sometimes are hard to recover if they get cornered. So if you can push for the OTK, go for it. Update Jammer and Transcode Talker with Xcode Talker, oh man, it becomes a problem. They both get to attack twice too. It's a problem. And then for the Link ones, Link Karibo, Link Disciple, and Link Devotee. Link Karibo, like I said, I don't really have that much ones, but it does pop up once in a while, like with Dot Scraper especially. And then Link Disciples, and with the Link Devotee, so you can be able to go off and get your extra 2 tokens and get your Signet Magician and Signet Ritual out of your deck into your hand. So that's pretty much it for the extra deck, guys. 15 for the extra deck. Let me show you guys the side deck. So I'm playing Hand Trap City, which is 2 Ghost Ogres and 2 Ashes. I have to freaking get more Drone Lockbirds, because now these days, especially with that FTK Cyberstein thing going on with the dangers and, you know, all good shenanigans like that. I suggest you side deck Drolls as well. So if you can fit Droll in here, by all means, go for it. But Ghost Ogre and Ash, you know, Ash, everybody knows why for Ash. Ghost Ogre for petty things that you need to like get rid of off the board that can be a threat to you, or you just don't want it there. Get rid of it. Then I went back old school, guys. I'm playing my Kaijus. I figured that if I can't play pure Cybers in a first duel, I'm going Kaijus, Cyber Kaijus right after. So I say definitely play this ratio of the Kaijus, and 2 Slumbers. Don't play 3. I know Slumber just went back to 3, but however, if you're gonna play 3, then you're gonna have to up the Kaijus, because if you Slumber, you give 2. 1 for you and 1 for your opponent, and then you have 1 in the hand, that means the other Slumber is dead. Especially if you activated the first one and then you voted for another one, this one is pretty much dead. You know, I say this is like the decent ratio. If you want to play another board wipe, then play Raigeki. It's a board wipe. The whole side deck is made to go second, so that's what I wanted to do for it. But this is the ratio I like to play. Especially when I first started with Cyberse, it was Cyber Kaijus. So this was the ratio. This was the ratio, because I was playing Cyber Kaijus when Slumber was at 2, and now it's at 3. So it's awesome. This outs a lot of situations, this format. Especially now we got a new Kaiju too with the ban. You gotta be careful though. With that new Kaiju will mess you up. And then the ban list was just sweet. This was a really good ban list. Then the last 4 cards is actually going to be Twin Twister and then Red Reboot. Now, Twin Twister back row kills you. Red Reboot is for Altergeist and like probably like Diablo, but anything that's heavy on traps, Paleos and all that. Twin Twister, you will lose to back row. I'm telling you, you will lose to back row. So you have to play some type of back row killing. If it was really up to me, I only have one impermanence and one evenly right now. But if I had two more, if I had at least one more evenly and two more impermanence, trust me, this whole side deck would actually be way different, because I'd rather be playing the evenlies and the impermanence than that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. If you guys think I can do something like tune up, please let me know. I just got back, so I want to know some tweaks that you guys know about that maybe I'm missing. If you guys got any idea, I know you guys were hitting me up about this profile. You guys been dying to see the Cyberse update. This is pretty much my ratio. This is what I like. So if you guys got any suggestions, please let me know in the comment box below. And thank you for tuning in, guys. So there you guys have it, the updated version of my Cyberse Deck profile. And I've been testing it lately. Like, I really enjoy the build so far. Minor tweaks that you can do to it to your preference. You know, I have done the lock with the Honeybot Quantum and Cyberse Magician. It's pretty annoying, and it's even better when you have that. When you have Cyberse Wicked on top, Honeybot in the middle, Quantum and Cyberse Magician on the side is even worse. So the only real way is either by Kaijuing or freaking evenly matched. That's your only way you're gonna lose. But that's why you side deck Red Reboot. Now if you get Kaiju, you better be playing that new Kaiju monster. But anyway, the deck is really good. It's so far consistent. Don't get me wrong. You will. It's a combo based deck. It's starting to transition into a combo based deck now, to the point that you can have a hand and there's like 2 or 3 things that you can do. So if you're gonna play first, I wanted to build it to go first, and then like for second game go second, you know, because of the fact that once you go first, you already know what your opponent is playing, and then once you understand what they're playing and know how they play, you can be able to out that with the Kaijus, the Twin Twister, the Red Reboots, even the hand traps. But again, your side deck is your preference, just like I did it with mine. It's not the best side deck. If I had impermanence and evenlies, trust me, they would be in there. But anyway, guys, I do hope y'all enjoyed this deck profile. And if you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And again, if you're new to the channel, show some love by hitting that subscribe button and notification button as well. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see y'all at the next video. Later.